Welcome back to another Pokemon Following Friday, your one-stop shop for all your Pokemon information. We go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover any big Pokemon news like cards or sets that get revealed. And if I do see any good deals, I always try to throw them in here too. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Collectr. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. They have over 25 different TCGs with 1.5 million products tracked, and they're always trying to add new features and add new cards and boxes. So please let us know down below if you guys want them to fix anything or add anything, and they'll get working on that ASAP. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. But all right, let's get into it. We're going to hop to PokeBeard here. We got another new Mega Pokemon. This is Mega Hawlucha. And if you guys are thinking this is a weird random Pokemon for them to do, you guys have to watch the show. I think the XY era. Hawlucha is pretty sweet in the show, to be honest. But this is the 51st Mega Evolution, and it will debut in Legends EA on October 16th. But let me know down below what you guys think. But all right, let's get into it. We got the Celebrations ETB. This was at $265. Now last sold $219, $228, $220, $220. This happens every time when something gets hyped up. Especially this box got hyped up a little prematurely because we're still a ways away from the 30th anniversary. Yeah, it's kind of leveling out, finding its spot, and then it will probably shoot back up once we get closer to the 30th anniversary. Next, we have the Prismatic Evolutions regular ETB. We keep getting restocks at Costco and Sam's Club, which is great news. But this was at $110. Now last sold $100, $85, $85, $95, $105. Let's see how cheap we can get it shipped right now on TCG Player. Go to page 2. $95 plus $5 in shipping. So still a $100 ETB pretty much. Next, we have the Prismatic Evolution Surprise Box. This is at $57. Now last sold $47, $47, $63. Some about 12 of them at $47, $41. Next, we have the Prismatic Evolutions Mini Tin Display. This was at $225. Now last sold $208, $210, $205. Next, we have the Surging Sparks regular ETB. This was at $115 3 months ago. Now last sold $75, $80. And we also got the Surging Sparks Booster Bundle. This was at $48. Now last sold $41, $41, $36, $41. And these are going down in price because we just got the Costco Pokemon Surging Sparks 2-pack trainer box and booster bundle. So yeah, if you can find these in person, it is a crazy good deal. And I feel like people are going to start sleeping on Surging Sparks once we keep getting newer and newer sets. But this thing was at $125. Now last sold $105, $100, $96. Next, we have the Twilight Masquerade ETB. It's got up to $99. Now last sold $71, $76, $76. Now I talked to my local game store Punch Out, and they are getting some Twilight Masquerade ETBs from the distributor. Not a ton of them. So I'm guessing they got a nice little small reprint. Because no joke, I think it's like 10 or 20 boxes from each distributor that he's getting. Next, we have the Victini Illustration Collection. Just keeps slowly falling. It was at 40 for a little bit. Now last sold 37, 30, 35, 38, and 30. Next, we have the Poster Collection for Black and White. This was also hanging out around $40, $35. Now last sold 31, 27, 29. Next, we have the Black Bolt Binder Collection. This was at $104, got down to $59, back up to $73. And now last sold $44, $47, and $43. Next, we have the White Flare Binder Collection. Same exact looking chart. Now last sold $40, $50, $48, $46. Next, we have the Greninja Gold Star promo. This shot up to $26, went back down to $13, went up again to $22, and coming down again. Now last sold $17, $16, $17, $18. So about 20 of them at $18.85. Next, we have the Pikachu Celebrations Illustration Rare. That's just what I'm going to call it from now on. So it's just starting to come down in price a little bit. It was at $8.32. Now last sold $5.55, $6.70, $5.84. Next, we have the Koraidon Pokemon Center Stand promo. This was at $28 1 year ago. Got all the way up to $80. Now last sold $55, $59, $55, $49. And these are starting to come back up in price just a little bit. But I have a feeling they're going to start cruising back up. Next, we have the Miraidon Pokemon Center Stand promo. Same exact looking chart. And last sold for this is $53, $51, $48. Next, we have the Noctowl Pokemon Center Stand promo. Also same looking chart. Last sold though $37, $34, $34, $36. So a little bit cheaper. The high was $53. Next, we have the Screamtail Pokemon Center Stand promo. The high for this was $61. Now that sold $35, $35, $36. Next, we have the Iron Bundle Pokemon Center Stand promo. The high for this was $48. Now last sold $26, $29, $28. Next, we have the Teal Mask Ogre Pond. It's got up to $37. Now last sold $18, $17, $17, $24. Next, we have the Enzoroa. This started at $55. Now last sold $42, $41, $35, $35. And like I said, they're starting to bounce back just a little bit. This was at $37. Now it's at, $39. Next, we have the Umbreon Master Ball. This is a $382 card. That is just crazy to think about. Now last sold $69, $67, $68, $70. Honestly, anytime a card goes from $350 and now it's like a $50, $60 card, I feel like that's a solid pickup. Next, we have the Vaporeon Master Ball. This was a $90 card. Now last sold $18, $20, $18. So this is the cheapest Evolution Master Ball. And then the Umbreon was the most expensive. And then if you actually check the cheapest Master Balls now for Prismatic Evolutions, they are dirt cheap. So if you guys like Master Balls and you guys want to start a collection, this is probably a really good time. Look at all of these cards that are literally $1 to $2. We got a full page here where it doesn't even get over $3 for Prismatic Evolution. So that is really good to see. And then same thing with Black Bolt and White Flare. They don't have the pictures up for some reason, but so many Master Balls for $1 or $2. Next, we have the Zekrom EX Black Full Art. This was at about $500. Now last sold $375, $395, $365, $370. So finally below $400. Next, we have the Seismitoad Illustration Rare. This was at $227. Now last sold $155, $158, and $154 with a picture. Next, we have the Larvesta Illustration Rare. There's a few Black Bolt Illustration Rares that are just trickling down in price, just a couple dollars here and there, but a bunch of them are staying really strong. White Flare has a lot more that are coming down in price. But this card was $20. Now last sold $11, $8, $9, $8. Next, we have the Victini Red Full Art from White Flare. This is a $512 card. Now last sold $437, $439, $440, $448. Next, we have the Reshiram EX SIR. This is finally below $200. Now last sold $179, $178, $178, $180, $175. Next, we have the Hydreigon White Flare. This card is pretty sweet. Last sold $80, $79, and $78 for the SIR. Next, we have the Keldeo EX SIR. It's got up to $75. Now last sold $56, $56, $58, $61. Next, we have the Jellicent EX SIR. This was at $83. Now last sold $46, $49. Next, we have the Zoroark Illustration Rare. This was at $48, just starting to come down in price. Last sold $41, $42, $40, $43. Next, we have the Whimsicott EX SIR. This is at $40. Now last sold $28, $27, $25. Next, we have the Zorua Illustration Rare. Don't know why I wouldn't have put that by its evolution, but this was at $30. Now last sold $19, $18. Next, we have the Team Rockets Moltres EX SIR. It's got up to $180. Now last sold $125, $125, $141, $131. And that is dropping because we are getting a promo of this exact card with a stamp on it. Next, we have the Team Rockets Mewtwo EX. Got up to $400. Now last sold $339, $328, $317, $318. Next, we have the Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolution. Still just slowly falling. This was over $1,000 for a very long time. Now last sold $842, $850, $841, and $855. Next, we have the Sylveon EX. So this is the second most expensive evolution for Prismatic. So this card just got below $300, which is a really good sign. Now last sold $291, $290, and then $317. So hopefully it just keeps slowly falling to where it's eventually a $200 card. Next, we have the Leafeon EX. Now this is the third most expensive evolution, and this card is now right around $200. Last sold $229, $209, and $209. And you got to think, this was a literally $458 card. Next, we have the Galarian Moltres V. This is the alt art from Chilling Reign. This is at $200. Now last sold $164, $160, and $162 with a picture. Next, we have the Sylveon VMAX from Evolving Skies. Now, you guys got to remember, this was a $431 card. Now last sold $270, $299, $300, $299, $285. I constantly see people complain when a card goes back up in price that they didn't buy it. It's just like when you have a card that's literally cut in half almost in price, that's probably a solid time to pick it up. 1 year ago, though, it was a $187 card, so it's not the cheapest that it's been in the last year, but in this market, that's a pretty decent price. Like the Bubble Mew EX. That card's going crazy now. But it was a $400 and something card, went all the way down to about $280, and people still didn't want to pick it up. And, now it's going crazy. Next, the Espeon VMAX, same looking chart almost. Just not as expensive. This was at $335. Now last sold $272, $250, $250, $235. Next, we have the Glaceon VMAX. Again, same looking chart, was at $373. And now last sold is $250 with a picture for Near Mint Plus, which is hilarious. And then $257, $260, and $250. And now we're going to check the new Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia cards. So here's Lily's Determination. This was a $500 card. Now last sold $285, $260, $250, $188. And then we have the Mega Latias here. This is the special art rare. Last sold on eBay, $31 plus $7 in shipping. Looks like we got the set for about $56, another set for $48, PSA 10 for $201. Just the Latias by itself for $50. Another one for $55, $49, $48. Next, we have the Mega Kangaskong. Last sold $31, $30, PSA 10 for $166, $30, $43 for the set with the full art. Next, we have the Mega Venusaur. PSA 10 sale, $205, best offer accepted. Probably like $175 if I had to guess. Here we got the card just all by itself, $64 plus $5 in shipping. We got the whole lineup, talking both art rares, the SAR, and the full art for $77 plus $2 in shipping. Another Mega Venusaur just by itself for $75, $75, $60, $55, $54. Next, we have the Mega Lucario. That sold $66, $70. This sale's over $100. Looks like we got the actual Riolu art rare and the special illustration rare of Lucario for about $70. Another Lucario for $65. So very, very affordable. $75 here. We got one on auction for $105. Probably pretty clean. Next, we have the Mega Absol. $40, $51, $26, $33. PSA 10 at $235, best offer. Another one at $30, $44. Next, we have the Mega Gardevoir EX. This is the most expensive special art rare out of both sets. Last sold for this is $170. Another one at $170. We got a Ace 10 at $270 plus $30 in shipping. Here's Raw at $180, $170, $170. $142, $135, $160, $152, PSA 10 at $320. Next, we have the Mega Gardevoir Gold card. This is number 92 out of 63. Now, this card was over $400, didn't have any sales really below, but now last sold $365, $410, $475, $350, $395 best offer accepted, $308, $356. And then we got a PSA 10 sale here. Both of them, the Lucario and the Gardevoir, at $1,600, but does have best offer. And then to end it off, we have the Mega Lucario, last sold $440, $530, $378, PSA 10 by itself at $740, $363 on auction, $365, $387, $440. Oh, we even got a CGC Pristine 10 at $670, and then did I see an Ace 10? Yeah, we got an Ace Gem Mint 10 here at $770. But it's good to see this card getting below $400 for both of them because that's pretty expensive. And, I know a lot of people want to get this card too. So, but all right, that was today's Pokemon Flying Friday. If you guys do like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. And I do have to mention, I'm going to be dropping a little bit of PokeBeard merch here in the next couple weeks. So please keep your eyes out for that. And if you guys want to support more, you can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And then if you guys want to watch my last Pokemon Throwback Thursday, which was a super good one, we went through the best Umbreon cards in Pokemon history. Click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.